I've lost, unbelievably, 6 stone and 1 pound.
So, 3 common afflictions of the mind that are going to affect your ability to lose weight and keep it off. Number 1 is self-sabotage. Number 2 is going to be that loss of motivation that a lot of people experience. And number 3 is peer pressure. And all those 3 things are set against the backdrop of what I call the weight loss calendar. Now, the weight loss calendar, I hear you asking, what the heck is that? Well, the weight loss calendar starts from January the 1st and ends December the 31st. And it's all those events that occur during that time frame that affect your eating habits. For example, New Year's Eve party, 31st of December, big time to celebrate. New Year's Day, maybe another good time to celebrate. And then you've got things like Easter break, you've got anniversaries, you've got birthdays, you've got summer holidays, you've got Easter break, you've got Christmas, you've got all of these different events happening throughout the course of the year. Not to mention the impromptu visits from relations and friends that either come to see you on a weekend or invite you to their place on a weekend. So you've got those 3 things all set against that sort of a backdrop. And in this short video, I'm going to share with you how you can actually combat those 3 common afflictions. So let's get started with number 1, which is self-sabotage. Now, you may or may not be aware, but we spend approximately between 12 and 16 hours a day speaking to ourselves. Now, if during that time frame we are being less than kind to ourselves, being a little bit negative, and if that tends to be the predominating sort of thought that you're being negative towards yourself, then your chances of success are pretty slim to nil. So what can you do about it? Well, first of all, identify the common thinking patterns you have in your head. Let's say it's around exercise. So you've planned to go for that 20-minute walk, and cometh the hour, suddenly, all of a sudden, out of the blue, there's a reason why you can't go. Maybe it's something to do with it's too cold outside, for example. Now, what you do in that situation is you basically stop, you think, you take a step back from that thought, and you question the thought, and you say, okay, is it really too cold outside? Or actually, if I were to wrap up well, could I still go out and do that walk? And that's a very, very simple example. Let's apply that to food. Let's say you're now faced with the choice between drinking the glass of wine or not drinking the glass of wine. Cometh the hour, you say to yourself, oh, I'm stressed, I just need that glass of wine. Now, maybe what you do in an instance is pause, take a step back, and really work out, are you really stressed? And if you are, is that glass of wine really going to make the difference to you long term? How are you going to feel after you've had the glass of wine, still feeling stressed? Are you going to feel even more stressed because now you're stressed, and you're even more stressed because you drunk the wine? So, self-sabotage, one of the best ways and one of the quickest ways to start to remedy it is to actually stop and listen to what you're saying and then question that thought. And if you can start to do that on a regular basis, you'll start to see a pattern of the sort of thinking you have around exercise, around food, and you can start to identify some of these thought patterns you have. And once you identify them, you can start to come up with alternatives. So that's dealing with self-sabotage. Very quick and very easy. Number 2, dealing with loss of motivation, and that's a classic one. You get started on this journey feeling super enthusiastic and positive, and then by the weekend, after the first week, the second week, maybe after the first month or so, you start to lose that motivation. It starts to ebb away. So how do you keep the motivation going? Well, one of the really simple ways of doing that is by creating yourself a goal card. And what you can do is get yourself a little postcard size piece of card, and in the centre of that card, draw a little circle, and right smack bang in the middle, you can either cut out or draw an image of how you would like to look at your ideal size and weight. So let's say you want to be a size 12 or a size 16, whatever it is for you, then you put that in the middle of the circle, so put the size down, put the weight down, and then have an image of you smack bang in the centre of it. And then coming off from that central image, what I'd like you to do is have some lines coming off of it, and on each of those lines, let's say you've got 4 lines coming off that central image. On the top line you may have something like, how do you feel? And you could draw a nice colourful image there of you jumping for joy. On the other line you could have something like a pair of lips, what are people saying about your new look? On another line, you could have where you actually are for this event. It could be that you're wearing a nice dress and you're at a particular function. And then for the other one, it might be, are there any particular smells or noises going on at this location you're in? And what you're attempting to do is bring your goal to life. You're trying to give it more energy, trying to give it more emotional oomph. Because trying to lose weight just purely using your intellect is not going to get the job done. Because the chances are you already know you need to eat healthily, exercise, you already know that stuff. So intellect isn't going to get the job done for you. So create yourself a goal card. Once you've created it, and do use some colour, you know, make it as vibrant as you can, maybe cut out some material, stick it on there, make a bit of a collage, but make that goal card as exciting as you possibly can. And once you've created it, I'd like you to look at that goal card first thing in the morning, afternoon, last thing at night. First thing in the morning is going to point in the right direction. Midday is going to keep you on track. Last thing at night is going to program your subconscious mind. And the third affliction that I want to give you some advice on is how to handle peer pressure. Now this is a really easy one for you to deal with. Don't tell anybody what you're doing, simple as that. Keep it entirely to yourself, because I know from experience what happens to a lot of people is they tell the friends, the family, the work colleagues. And if these people know that you are a serial weight loss loser, guess what? The second you tell them, they're going to be on your case. They'll be watching, monitoring what you're eating. Should you be eating this? Should you be eating that? Are you allowed this? Are you allowed that? And then, as you start to lose the weight, you'll hear comments like, I think you've lost enough now. You're looking a bit scraggy around the neck. You're losing it in your face. I think you've gone too far now. So your best bet really is to keep it entirely to yourself where you possibly can. Maybe you've got to tell your nearest and dearest, depending on what you're doing. But everybody else, keep them out of it. And you'll have so much more fun doing it this way, because when they start to ask you, what are you doing to lose the weight? All you have to simply say is, well, you know, I'm taking a little bit more exercise and I'm eating a little bit better. And save all that emotional energy for yourself for the journey, because losing weight is an emotional journey and it requires a lot of energy, and you can't afford to waste that energy on other people. So just to quickly recap then. Number one, self-sabotage. Monitor your self-talk. Stop negative thinking dead in its tracks. Keeping yourself motivated. Create a goal card. Something central on a piece of card that's colourful, it's bright, it's vibrant, and look at it 3 times a day. And peer pressure, keep it to a minimum by only telling those people you really, really have to tell. Hopefully you found that of use. In the next video, I'm going to be speaking to you about how to lose weight without starving yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
I would say if they're in the situation or similar to the situation that I was in, as I was saying at the beginning, you know, seriously think about it, because it really is worthwhile doing it. You know, I mean, it's just brought a new lease of life to me in more ways than one. And as I say to my husband, if anybody can do it, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So yes, definitely seriously think about it, because it really is worthwhile.